Lots of flair. Live! We are live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Flair.
Yes. I'm very ethereal today.
Ah.
Also, it's still Christmas here. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, happier than last year. I mean, well, we're about to get a new president. No matter what, no matter how hard the old one tries, we're about to get a new president. So that right there makes 2021 better.
True,
Even though there's still a lot of horrible shit. That right there makes it at least have that much more of a glimmer of hope than we did last year.
These moron senators that are going to object to his.
Yeah, and for what? They know it's all just to instill
I know.
fear and anger and doubt. So basically they want to start a civil war.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to, yeah. So that's where they're headed. I don't understand it. That's what they're trying, but we do have, as, flawed as our forefathers were, there are a lot of things in place that, all of these attempts. Wow, this is getting stronger and stronger. Usually it gets less and less.
And are you doing the laundry right now?
I am. Can you hear that? Should I turn that off? You can hear it.
Hey,
Oh, this is a good one from Dan. Yeah. Good morning, Dan. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Keep them busy for a second. I'm gonna talk amongst yourself. I'll turn off the.
Okay.
dryer.
Well, okay. I
can still talk.
I'll switch to something positive though, because I can't stop talking about Ted Lasso. I've been dying to see it. Been dying to see it. And heard it was great, and I finished it yesterday. And it is unlike any other show that I've seen. It is all about compassion and forgiveness and kindness, and the women
really?
all love each other, and seeing people for what they really are rather than how they are presenting themselves or reacting to things. And it's just, I'm blown away.
I can't wait to watch it. I keep hearing really great things about it. So that's going back to our first conversation, even though I know you're moving on to positive, we will. Dan is assuring us that the senators are just trying to grab up all the plump supporters, donors. So that's what they're going for. No sweat. Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be shenanigans up until the 20th and beyond. Yeah, there are going to be lots of them. But I'm glad to hear there's positive things again. And just right after Christmas, I guess you told us in a chat that there was another show from John Krasinski.
Oh yeah, there was a new some good news. There was on December 20th.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it.
Oh, it's
thanks for tuning in, Dan.
Just so good. Of course, I was in tears the whole time, and there was one story. This guy, he's a new widow, and had lost his job during the pandemic and all this kind of stuff. So he's trying to, but he was a big collector, like a big comic collector. So he was trying to get rid of all of his stuff so he could buy Christmas presents for his kids. And the funny thing is, John Krasinski found out about this, kept trying to buy all of his stuff, and he kept going. The guy on the other end kept turning him down because he thought he was being pranked. He was like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sell it to you because this just doesn't seem like it's, And so they finally bring him on, and then they bring The Rock on also. So The Rock was like, "You're not selling anything. I'm getting toys for all of your kids. I'm also going to donate to this charity that deals with homeless kids and kids that can't afford, like all of this stuff." And I'm just like,
oh, well, I'm gonna cry now. Yeah. just hearing about it.
This guy was so sweet and positive, and he was like, I just want to get my kids, what they want. I was like, oh man,
there are still good people. Yeah. There are still good people.
That's hilarious. We kept blocking him on eBay, on anything that he was trying to Sorry.
Well, okay, that speaks volumes to what everybody's been through. I mean, it's this
Yeah.
PTSD of like, nope, nope, there's no
Yeah.
kindness left. Yeah, it's
Nope,
this
I don't believe
PTSD.
you.
It's
Yeah.
totally what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to take a long time for people to start trusting again.
Yeah.
It's it's like we've all been in a bad relationship for the last 4 years or beyond. But yeah,
Yes.
so
Exactly
and
how it
a collective bad relationship. So yeah, that's well, I love that story. Yeah, speaking of PTSD, my daughter and I keep talking, Alina and I keep talking about how we have PTSD from our dogs, our dog ownership before, because we had up to 4 dogs. I'll say up to 4 dogs at one time, and there was always that constant dance if they were starting to, they couldn't really play together because one of them would would lose it and start a real fight. And so we were always just sort of on edge and like, oh God, get too close to each other. And we're like, oh God. And now we have 2 dogs that absolutely love each other. They play, they wrestle, they chase each other. It's the cutest thing, but it's taking us a while because we have PTSD from our dogs to like trust that they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like Alina said to me the other day, like, oh, is this what like real dog ownership is like normal dogs? Like, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we've always had a dynamic that was, shaky dynamic. Yeah, risky, exactly.
Yeah.
But these two are great. It's nice. It's nice because they can actually like cuddle, and it's it's good. So yeah, PTSD is real, people. We all have it right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even think we've seen the worst.
Oh no,
of it.
it's more is coming because yeah, I was just gonna say like with the pandemic even.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a really long time before we freely hug people.
Yeah.
If ever again, I don't know. When
It's
will
like-
we feel comfortable going into a place with people with no masks? Even after
God.
everybody's vaccinated,
Oh,
when will that happen? Will we feel
I know.
comfortable? Will we
I
ever? I don't know.
You're
I
like
don't know. I hope
slowly
so.
disappearing with the flares. It's like Thanos snapped his
The
fingers
flares are
and-
never normally this. I'm leaving it though. I could go close the blinds, but I like
That
it.
was great.
Claudia, I am here to give you your edict. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of netherworlds, we've sort of we lost Tanya Roberts yesterday. Many people may not remember her, but I remember her as one of the last Charlie's Angels in the TV series.
Yes.
She
She's
was
a Bond girl.
she was a Bond girl. She was super hot and sassy and just so great. And then she ended up on that 70s show as well.
Yeah.
And they're not sure what happened, how she was 65, but she that was one of the ones that we recently lost. Don Wells. I don't know that we talked about that. Don Wells from
No,
Gilligan's
no.
Island.
Yeah, because it was right before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, and MF Doom.
Yep. Yep.
Lost him recently. Pierre Cardin.
Yep.
I'm always, one of the things that when we watch the Oscars every year, always that, the in memoriam is like, oh God, yeah, oh that's
Yeah.
right, oh they died too, oh my God, and it's like, I look at all these names and I'm like, little by little, my childhood is disappearing. It's just all going away. I guess because that's what happens when you're my age now. Like it's the natural,
So weird. It's
circle
so
of
weird.
life, right?
Yeah.
But when you realize like it's my childhood, and then you go, oh, I guess my parents went through this too, or like all their heroes and superstars and icons start to
Yeah.
disappear. So it's
And then we have
it's just
some
kind of
coming
weird.
up like that are big that still stick with us, like Bowie's anniversary. His passing is coming up. And that's
Yeah,
crazy.
4 years,
Yeah.
right? 4 years, yeah.
3,
Yeah,
4
it's-
years. Yeah.
4 years, yeah, 4 years. 2016. I can't count. 5 years. 4 years?
It's straight.
5 years. Because it was 2016, right? Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end. That it was
And
like
that was
Bowie lost Bowie.
Alan Rickman and Prince, right? It was like boom, 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 something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. And we lost George Michael that year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Carrie Fisher,
Yeah.
right? We lost. It was everybody. We lost so many in 2016. Yes. So the Bowie anniversary, and that still doesn't feel real to me that he's gone.
No.
It still doesn't. We will be celebrating him on the 8th. Of course. And which also happens, it's his birthday and Elvis's birthday as well.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And it's Dave Foley's birthday today.
Today, that's right.
Facebook
Today's
reminder.
Oh, good. Every year he has to sort of look in the like is he listed in any of the celebrity birthdays anywhere to find out if he's still a celebrity.
He's listed in ours.
That's right. Yes. There. See? We did it. Another year as a celebrity. Oh, Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome. We haven't seen you since you were on our show. Jimmy Finnerty, happy birthday to Dave. Thank you. I will pass that along. So there were all these people. So when I was like sort of looking up, like, oh God, who else don't I remember passed away? That I forgot Rebecca Luker from Broadway. Broadway star Rebecca Luker just passed away. Charlie Pride, the first black country superstar.
Which is crazy because he had just been honored at the Country Music Awards like a couple of weeks before, and they think that he might have gotten COVID from that event. Oh
God, that's horrible. Better than looking to see if he's listed in celebrities who died this year. Yes, you know what, Suzanne, you're right. That is definitely better. Also, he'd probably be mad if I were doing that to see if he died this year. That might not bode well for our marriage. There was also Marge Champion, who was the model for Snow White and in Pinocchio and Fantasia, and then she sort of like the end of her career was not the end. I mean, I guess it was kind of the last thing she did was Follies at 82. She did Follies on Broadway.
Oh wow.
And then the soccer star. Oh, and Squiggy, David Lander.
I know, David Lander.
Anyway, there's so many.
Funny.
But then the weirdest story that I saw, well, I don't know about weirdest. Dumbest. I think the dumbest story I saw. Mad at you is his baseline. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're kind of right.
True.
Suzanne speaks the truth. There was a couple in England, I think 17 years ago, adopted a baby that they really wanted to make sure this baby got his roots, Chinese culture, and they, Mandarin classes, several trips to China. They had a Chinese couple that were their friends that they sort of adopted as his aunt and uncle so that they could help, give him his culture. 17 years later, they realized he wasn't Chinese, he's Korean.
That reminds me, I forgot I was going to start speaking with a Spanish accent. Like, Baldwin.
Yes. How could we forget Hilaria? Yes. From now on, I'm going to go by my long name, Maria Cristina Consuelo Guerrero de Hamel.
So, are you going to do the Spanish one, or are you going to do your...
Well, my roots are in España, so yes, I'm going to do the Spanish accent because that would only be right. Yes. We are talking about Hilaria. However, I would have more cause to how do you say pretend in English?
I'm going to be eating at a how do you say Taco Bell?
Taco Bell, yes, the Taco Bell, the burrito. Burrito? Yes. How do you say it in English? How do you say in English, burrito?
It's chalupa with the Doritos sprinkle. It's
yes.
Authentic.
Yes, that's auténtico. Auténtico. You want to say auténtico. Mira, if I started doing that, I would have more cause because I was actually born in Mexico.
Not in Boston?
Not in Boston. I don't drink my coffee in in the
That
car.
was my favorite thing. She was like looking at this cucumber, like, how you say,
How you say cucumber? I sound more Italian. There's a crossover. There is a crossover there. There's very similar. Am I raising my child to be bilingual? Asks Suzanne. Yes, I was. Suzanne, you don't know I was born in Mexico? In Mexico, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am forever now. I'm going to start speaking in my accent. You have to accept it because that's who I am. I am Maria Cristina Consuelo Guerrero. But see, I can do that because that's actually my name.
Your name.
I actually was born in Mexico.
Hillary Jackson something.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
Ridiculous. The story fascinates me. I'm on another chat group, or group thread that our leader of the chat is very fascinated by the story. So she's constantly posting more and more information about it, and it is truly fascinating to me. I do not understand this need to adopt somebody else's culture. I can understand appreciating it, being fascinated by it, but to pretend, I mean, and it's the women who pretended to be African American for all those years.
I mean, I like
don't
the theme,
get
but,
it. Yes, carajo, says Richard Malmus. Yes, carajo. Did I watch her apology video? Yes, her apology video. You mean you forgot to put the quotes around it, Suzanne? Yeah, she explains everything perfectly.
Wasn't quite as thick in that one. Also,
no, that's the amazing thing. Like, if you're gonna pretend that you are Spanish, first of all, how do you get your family on board with that? Like, how does nobody call you out and say, you can't do this?
They're all still like, it's just lovely. Everybody has issues. I'm like, no, this is bananas.
It's nuts. Yeah. It's absolutely nuts. Exotic is sexy. Yeah, that is one of the theories floating around, is that when she met Alec Baldwin, she maybe threw on this thing thinking it was not going to be, anything, and like pretended to be this person, and then she got reinforcement, positive reinforcement because of it, so she just kept going. That's what we're theorizing. Maybe that her family just loathes her. Yeah, maybe they just wanted to see her dig her own grave because she's doing it really well, and Alex helping her. He's helping her. And here's the worst. Tom Bartos, he's born in San Diego, is going to start going by his given name. Hey, white boy. Yeah, why not? The worst thing about all of this is they can't even do sketches about it on SNL because they won't get Alec back. They can't even do sketches. And this is the perfect fodder for SNL.
Oh, God.
It's perfect. And they can't do it.
They got to be able to do it somehow. I mean,
it's not going to happen.
They just did it.
Unless Alec does it, unless he like wakes up and is like, I got to do this.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's not going to happen. They don't want to lose him.
They did a funny joke about Scarlett Johansson, though, the other day, too. Colin Jost her husband about her appropriating or like taking on all these roles that she should absolutely not. It was pretty funny. I was like,
really?
Oh, I did it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That story, and it's going to keep. I'm sure we'll have more and more to report because that is nutso, just nutso. Again, fascinating.
I mean, it's
there must be a lot. We only heard about these few, but
it's just like it's so bonkers to me because and I've talked to you about this.
Yeah,
like I was ashamed. Like I was trying to pretend not to be Mexican, like most of my life.
Yeah,
because it wasn't like cool. So this notion of just taking it on is just bananas.
Yeah, it's nuts. Alex should get in front of it. Yeah, you're right, Joey. He should. Yeah, well, that's crazy. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. I think that's a great note to leave on.
Adios,
Nutty Hilaria. Adios. Por favor, join us again next Monday Next Monday, we will be back for our coffee talk. And then we'll be back with our conversation, scene conversation on Friday the 15th. Thank God it's not the 13th because we're not ready for another one on Friday the 13th.
That last one.
Yeah, it was a
That's when
doozy.
we went home.
That was a doozy.
We've been home ever since.
Yep. So join us, please, next Monday. We will see you. Hasta luego. Thank you, Richard Malmos.
Ricardo,
I am going to go cook some tamales and some chilaquiles. Okay, everybody. Te adoro. We love you. Adiós. Adiós.
Besos.
Abrazos.